Okay, good thing we're cooking with it then.
We'll just use it.
Yep.
Whew.
Welcome to the RV homestead. We're gonna make some beer battered onion rings. We just watched Guy Fieri do it, and we think we can maybe improve on what he did. So we're gonna be using some buttermilk, sliced onions, of course. We're gonna put that in the refrigerator and let it sit for a little while. And then we're gonna mix up a batter using an oatmeal dark, non-alcoholic. Guy said medium-bodied beer. That's more of a heavy-bodied beer. And I think it's gonna complement those onions much better. We'll see.
We're gonna find out.
I could be wrong. We are rolling. What are we doing, Yappy?
We're cooking everything off in the house that we have. Can't you tell? Anyway, we were going to make some onion rings, so we decided that we have 2 big onions, and that's what we're gonna do. And we went to Guy Fieri's channel, and he did some like beer battered onion rings. And so basically, first of all, you already showed him this, right? So we've got the buttermilk with the onion rings soaking. We did that for about 45 minutes. Then just dry flour, the seasoning with some salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne in there because dude likes cayenne. Then we have flour. I add a little bit of cayenne and onion powder in here, but we're gonna use beer, and we're gonna test this first, see if it works out okay. It's a non-alcoholic beer. What is this?
It's an oatmeal stout.
So we're just gonna get kind of a batter going here. We're gonna test out a few first, see how the flavor is. And if we like it, we'll keep going. Otherwise, we'll go find regular beer. But dude had some of these, and we thought we'd check them out. That is foamy, isn't it?
That's a full-bodied beer, so there's a little more to it.
Maybe that's why he said use light, the medium.
No,
Because it's just foamy. Look, see. We're gonna find out either way. It's gonna work or it's not.
It's a food experiment.
And either way, what you do. Yeah. Let me keep going with that. Let me get the whisk. We got to get those little flour parts out. And now we're talking. It's amazing how the whisk works. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? We have that paper plate. I'm gonna do them and let us just walk them out there instead of moving all this right now. I'm gonna try something. Yeah, make sure the temp's okay. Ziva, come here. Ziva. Come over here. Come on, stay with us. All right, so checking on the dog. We've had some sick dogs lately. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first get the ones that have been in the buttermilk longer. And what you do, and by the way, I put about a teaspoon of cornstarch in here. He didn't do that. I have found cornstarch makes things stick. So this is flour, just a little bit of cornstarch just for sticking. And then we're gonna take the wet, set some of these in here, and then we're gonna get them dusted.
We're 250.
So we're not quite ready, that's okay.
And clean.
So you lightly dust these. So I'm gonna keep them in the dust until we're ready to actually put them on. Because again, we're not gonna do all these right now. We're testing out this beer first, and then we're gonna dip them and throw them out and then put them in, see if they work out okay, or we need to go a different route. only thing about living in the country are flies.
Well, I think the flies are a universal.
Well, they're everywhere. We know that, but they're irritating. Flies have lives too. Be interesting how this will work. There's a lot of different recipes for onion rings. There were some with panko crumbs and things. This one just kind of, we liked from an ease, because we're tired because we did all that cooking yesterday and just throwing stuff together. What were we thinking? But we are really enjoying different kinds of recipes that we can cook outside. So when we hang out with people and we have events, that we have some fun and creativity, because it's always fun to cook around friends and family. I think that's going to be enough for right now. Alrighty then. Next, I'm going to wait just a minute till Dude tells me we're ready to go. And of course, this is beer and flour, non-alcoholic beer. That's what's going to be interesting. We almost there?
We're at 300.
Should I start dipping?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Do it another 10 probably.
So we'll be back.
Now our setup for the onion ring fry off, I've taken the windscreen off of the charcoal cooking table. We're going to use that as our process counter. And we're using an induction cooktop to heat the oil. Mostly because I've already taken the big propane fryer south to down to the homestead, and it's in storage down there. But propane has gotten really expensive, and electricity here is not so bad, and it's a little more stable as far as being able to identify our temperature. There again, we're doing another experiment.
And we're back.
We are ready to fry.
All right, so we've lightly floured the rings, right, as we talked about earlier. Now we're going to put them in the batter and right in the grease. So we're going to just get the wet batter. Might have to have more beer in there. Those are a little thick. We'll see. We're only going to see how these taste anyway.
We got all those crunchies.
That's all right. We'll get them.
We're going to corner the Long John Silver's market on crunchies.
Look how poofy they're getting. I might need to get more beer in that batter. I think it's kind of swollen up.
Kind of thick.
It's okay. We're going to taste it. We did a test one here, so we're going to test it.
We're learning.
We're going to see if we can actually... Let's see how that one turned out. This one's really filly. I need to go longer. So we tried one little mini. Needs to go a little longer. You want to taste it? Needs to go a little longer.
Oh, I like that batter.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put a little more beer in it, though. I need to have the whisk, too. It's the Homestead Test Kitchen. We'll see how these turn out. Make sure you have the proper things to turn them, because it really makes a difference. I almost feel like I'm making donuts, except these aren't sweet. Interesting. One thing, this is an easy recipe because there's nothing in it, so use whatever beer you have. right?
Pretty much. I mean, this is the Bravest Brewing Company, and it's a non-alcoholic craft brew. I picked that up down around Waco, Texas, somewhere.
Let's see how this turns out in a minute. But your flour does thicken up. Trial and error. I think those are done. Close. Not sure this is getting hot enough. I think it's hot enough. We can do it. It just might take a little longer. We'll see. We're going to do catfish a little bit, see how that
definitely works. Not like cooking on the propane where you get a lot of energy into that.
Right. But you know, if you've got electricity and you don't want to waste your propane, it doesn't look like a bad idea. All right, we're going to let these cool off and we'll be back in a minute. All right, dude. Taste test.
Good.
Good.
I like the flavor. We need more heat. It needs to be.
It's heating up.
So we're using peanut oil. You want a high temp oil, and you want to get that oil really hot. So we've got to be careful. Don't splash it on you.
And you could use other oils. I mean, that are high temp. We use peanut because we had it. It's not the healthiest, but no oil is healthy, absolutely. We just wanted to test this out. These are good. These are like tempura. But they'll be even better when we have a little more heat.
Yeah.
This is a win.
Ew, we're screaming some rat territory.
What is going on? So I thinned up that batter. Let's see if that changes this. I'm sure it will. It's the only thing when you dunk, secondly, it gets icky. We're going to do something different after this round.
We're going to have fried rat terrier tonight, baby.
We might.
Fried rat terrier.
So by doing the batter a little thinner, it looks like we might get a little more lightweight, kind of, you know, not as heavy, dense. Yeah. So this may work just fine. Then we'll just flour the rest of them, as we talked about earlier.
We're gonna put another spin on this recipe. We're gonna batch process it.
Put them in some baggies, put the flour in it, and then dunk. Make it go faster.
We'll get situated for that and we'll cut back in. We're sampling
batter.
The thinner batter is better.
Yep, it's definitely this better.
Still hot though.
All right, we're going the easy route.
In case y'all didn't know, Yappy used to be a multi-unit food manager person, so prepping food is something that she does really well, which is why she went and streamlined this process with a plastic bag. You go, girl.
Let's get her done. There's no way we're eating all these tonight, so we may freeze them. You don't need a bunch of onion rings in our gut. But they're so good.
Now that we're doing a whole lot of them, we're getting a whole lot of those Krispies too. You know that Long John Silver's now charges for extra Krispies?
No.
They do.
Okay.
It's the waste product that you pay for. So I think we've reached the end point of this video because we're going to be continuing to do the same old thing over and over and over.
We've got one more batch to go probably.
We've got another round of these to go.
Yep.
It seems though we've figured out the kinks, and the biggest kink in this process is we're not getting the oil hot enough. Because if the oil was hot, we'd have already been done.
Mm-hmm.
Propane is the way to go if you're trying to fry up a bunch of food on the patio. Not induction. We learned that lesson. What else did we learn?
That it worked.
It works.
Yeah.
We love the recipe. We love the concept. The oatmeal stout worked out really well.
Yeah,
I like the flavor.
Yeah, I think regular beer would be better, but this worked out just fine, and we had it to get rid of. So it's all good.
All right. If you're still with us at this, if you are still with us at this point, thank you so much. We'd be most honored if you'd consider clicking on the subscribe button. If you found some entertainment or some valuable information, please click on that thumbs up. And for those of you who have already been following along, that's why we're out here eating onion rings. It's for you and for our patrons. We are so appreciative. You guys rock. All right, y'all come back now. You hear?